Okay, Okay, so good evening, everybody. So let us start today's session. Okay, so those who are joining only today, so I just want to inform them so that so this is a new Python full stack batch that we started yesterday. So in that yesterday we have discussed so comparison of Python with other programming languages. And by using Python, what are the different types of applications and softwares that we can develop? And also, if we learn Python, so which side as a career option? So which side we can go? Okay. So now today, let us discuss one topic by name Python full stack. Okay. So previously, um, IT companies, so if they want to hire Python developers, they used to put ads like we are hiring Python programmers, we want Python developers. They used to put ads like this. But nowadays, the trend is little bit changed. So if any company, if they want to hire Python programmers, they're putting ads like we are hiring Python full stack developers. So if you are a Python full stack developer, then you apply to our company. We will interview you. Ads are coming like this. Okay. Now, in order to apply to that job as a Python full stack developer, so first we have to know what is meant by Python full stack. Yes or no? So that's the reason. So today let us discuss what exactly is the meaning of Python full stack. So in order to explain what is Python full stack, I need to tell you in IT companies how project development will take place. Okay. So in IT companies, entire project, it will not be developed by single person. Okay. So there will be different teams. And in each team, there will be so many employees working. And all these people combinedly, they will develop the project. Okay. So if you take any big company, any big MNC, so definitely these three teams will be there. So front-end team, back-end team, and database team. Apart from these teams, there will be maintenance team, support team, okay, testing team, other teams also will be there, but we are talking mostly from a development point of view. Okay. So let us try to understand what are these teams, what job, what task they will do. Okay. So first front end team, what they will do is they will develop user interface logic. What is meant by logic? Logic is nothing but code. See, one person will write the code in one way, other person will write the code in other way. So people's logic will be different, but in the last, both the people they will get the output result. So logic is nothing but the way we write the code. Okay. So front end team what they will do is they will develop user interface logic. So shortcut we call it as a UI logic. Okay. So what is meant by user interface logic means any logic which a user can see and he can interact with that logic. So that kind of logic we call it as a user interface logic. Say we are using one word user. So who is a user? User is a person who uses any website or any application. For example, we all use Gmail. If I am using Gmail, I am user. If you are using Gmail, you are a user. Okay. So any logic which user can see and he can interact with that logic code. So that kind of logic we call it as a user interface logic. Let us take one real-time example. Okay. So for example, in order to book Indian Railway tickets, so many of us we will use IRCTC application, isn't it? Suppose as a user, I want to book a ticket. So I will log into IRCTC application. So once I log in, user, he can see so many options. So he can see the option to select from station, the option to select to station, some buttons, images, many things user can see, isn't it? So user, not only he can see all these options, he can interact with these options also. How he can interact? From station, he will select one value. To station, he will select one value. Then he will click on calendar to select the date. Then he will select under which quota he need tickets. Then he'll click on submit button. So like this, user, what he is doing, not only he can see that code, he is interacting with that code. So that kind of logic, we call it as a user interface logic. Okay. And in order to develop this UI logic, so there are so many front-end technologies available in the market. So this front-end team, what they will do, they will use these front-end technologies so to develop this UI logic. So the famous front-end technologies which are available in the market are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, React, Node.js, Express.js. So like this, many front-end technologies are available. Okay. So front-end team, they will use these front-end technologies and they will develop the user interface logic. Okay. So next, another team we have is a backend team. Okay. So we Python programmers, we are part of backend developers. So we are backend team, we are backend developers, we are not front-end developers. Okay. So this backend team, what they will do, they will develop the business logic. And what is meant by business logic means any logic which will execute from backside behind which a user cannot see and which is the main logic of the application for the business activity. Okay. So again, let us take same IRCTC example. User, after he select from station to station, date, quota, everything, once he click on submit button, so he will get some result. What result he will get? A list of trains, the tickets availability, and the cost of the ticket, all these details he will get. So all these details, how it came, automatically it came on its own? No, right? Backside, some code has executed. So that code which will execute from backside, which user cannot see. User can see user interface logic, whereas business logic, user cannot see. It will execute from backside. And this logic is the main logic of the application. So user, if he's a booking ticket, there is some business activity going on. So railways, out of our money, they're making profit. They're not selling tickets for free. Yes or no? That means there's a business activity going on. So that kind of logic, we call it as a business logic. Okay. And to develop this business logic, backend team, they will use any one backend technology. Any one, not all. Okay. Whereas if you take front-end technologies, use a front-end team, they will use 3 to 4 front-end technologies. Whereas backend team, in order to develop the business logic, they will use any one backend technology. Like backend technologies, we have Python, Java, .NET. So these are the examples of backend technologies. Since this class is related to Python, let us discuss in Python what are the topics which are available to develop the business logic. Okay. So we know in Python we have topics like core Python, then advanced Python. Okay. And then we have frameworks. We have libraries also. Okay. So NumPy, Pandas, famous libraries are available. And frameworks. So we have Flask, Django, Fast API. Okay. So like this, there are few topics in Python. Okay. So backend team, when they develop the business logic, all the topics they will not use for all the applications. Few topics they will use for few applications and few other topics they will use for other applications. Okay. For example, so by using Python, can we develop web applications? Yes, that is what we discussed in last class. Yes or no? Suppose as a Python programmer, I'm developing a web application. Okay. So I want to develop one small scale web application. Small scale means an application in which there are few modules, not many, few. And the number of people who will use that application are not many, very few. So let us take one real-time example. So we know this famous university, right? JNTU, jntuh.ac.in. So this is one website application for JNTU University, isn't it? So this application if you open what it contains different modules like JNTU branches, their contact details, what is the admission procedure, all these details it will be there. And how many people will use this application? Not many, few. Mostly faculties, students, parents. So this type of application, we call it as a small scale application. And in order to develop the business logic for this small scale application, so the topics from core Python till frameworks, Flask is sufficient. No need to use Django framework. Flask is sufficient. Okay. And suppose if you're developing a big scale application, means a high scale application. Okay, so big scale application means in which there are so many modules and the number of people who will use that application are so many. Okay, so let us take another real-time example. So incometax.in. So this is one application where people, whoever is earning income in India, they need to log into this particular application and they need to file IT returns. It is compulsory in India. I think those people who are already working in this batch, so you might be aware, isn't it? Fine. Now, when you log into this application, so it will ask many details. It will ask your PAN number. When you provide your PAN number, it will connect to one database and it will check PAN number is correct or wrong. Then we need to provide our Aadhaar number also. So when we provide our Aadhaar number, it will connect to another database and it will check whether the number is correct or wrong. Then we need to upload so many Form 16 documents. When we upload so many documents, it will connect to another database and it will check whether the documents are genuine or not. Okay. So like this, in this application, there are so many modules. Okay. And the number of people who will use this application are not few, so many. So in India, how many people are there who are earning income? So many people are there. All of these people, they should log into this application and file IT returns. It is compulsory in India, isn't it? So this is an example for high scale application. And if we want to develop this kind of a big scale, high scale application, business logic, so the topics from core Python to Flask is not sufficient. Compulsory, we have to use Django framework. Getting the point? So compulsory, we have to use Django framework. Okay. Why? What is the need of frameworks, first of all? So why we need frameworks? So this frameworks concept, it is there in many programming languages. It is there in Java also, Python also, .NET also. Okay. What is the need? What is the main advantage of frameworks is if we use frameworks, a programmer, he has to write very, very less code. Suppose if you are writing a program without using any framework, if the program length comes to 100 lines of code, if we use frameworks as a programmer, we just have to write just 25 lines of code only. How easy it is. And the remaining 75 lines of code, definitely it is required. Then who is going to generate? Framework will generate on behalf of the programmer from backside. Okay, so gone are the days. In previous days, programmers, they used to write lengthy programs. Nowadays, not required. Because of these frameworks, a programmer, he has to write very, very less code. So how easy it is nowadays to become a Python programmer? Yes or no? Fine. So the point here is, so if you want to develop this kind of a big scale applications, compulsory Django application framework is also required. Okay. And Fast API, another framework is also there. So if you want to connect our Python program to AI applications, so then Fast API is required. Okay. Fine. So that is related to business logic. Next, another team we have is a database team. So this team, what they will do? They will develop database logic. What is meant by database logic means any logic which is used to interact with a database. So in order to develop this database logic, one famous language is there, which is called as a SQL. Full form is a structured query language. So SQL is a different language. Like Java, different language. Python, different language. SQL is also one language and it is a query language. So that means we will write queries in SQL. Okay, fine. Now, What are the various databases available in the market? In the market, many databases are available like MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, DB2, Sybase. So like this, many databases are available. Okay. Now, the point here is, so front-end team, once they have developed their user interface logic, they will give their code to back-end team. And it is backend team's responsibility to combine the user interface logic with their business logic. And that is the reason backend developers should have the knowledge of front-end technologies also. Suppose if a Python programmer doesn't know what is HTML, how he can combine the code? Is it possible? No, not possible. So that's the reason Python programmers, they should have the knowledge of front-end technologies also. Similarly, the database team, once they have developed their database logic, they will give their code again back to backend team. And it is backend team's responsibility to combine the database logic with their business logic. So that's the reason backend developers, Python programmers, they should compulsory have the knowledge of SQL, and any one database is sufficient. No need to learn all databases, not required. Any one database knowledge is sufficient. So MySQL database, it is used for Python projects also, Java projects also. Oracle also, we can use for Java also, Python also. SQL Server, we mainly use for .NET projects. And Postgre, so this also we can use for Python projects. So like this, every project, it is useful for one technology. Any one database is sufficient. Okay. So a person who is aware of front-end technologies, any one backend technology like Python and SQL, and any one database and development tools like Git, GitHub, okay, Postman, okay. So we call him as a Python full stack developer. Getting the point? So a person who is aware of front-end technologies, one backend technology like Python and SQL, and any one database and tools like Git, GitHub, Postman, all these things. So we call him as a Python full stack developer. And nowadays companies, they are looking for Python full stack developers, not just Python developers. And nowadays, even companies, they are asking whether do you know how to use AI tools or not. So if you're writing a Python programmer, so definitely we have to learn how to use these AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot. Actually, many AI tools we have in the market, isn't it? But for a programmer, the very famous are ChatGPT and Gemini and Copilot. ChatGPT and Copilot are very much useful for programmers, for coding purpose. Okay, so nowadays companies, they are looking for Python full stack developers with AI knowledge. And that's the reason your syllabus, it is a Python full stack course with AI. Okay. And if you see these three teams, front-end team, back-end team, and database team. So this team, back-end team, is very important in the projects. That is why they're called as core team. Okay. And that is the reason this team packages also will be very good in IT companies when compared to other teams. Okay, suppose if you are joining as a fresher in any company on a 3 lakhs package as a fresher. So you just work for 1 or 2 years as a Python full stack developer. Then you switch the company. So your package will become double, triple. That much demand is there for Python full stack developers. Okay. No? And learning all these things, is it really difficult? So learning front-end technologies and back-end Python, SQL, database, Git, GitHub, AI tools, is it really difficult? Not at all difficult. See, on our mobiles, we are using so many apps daily, yes or no? So in order to use this app, so did you go to any college or any training center to learn how to use these apps? No, right? Then how did we learn? Out of our interest, we have learned on our own. Yes or no? So interest is very, very important. So if you have the interest to learn coding, programming, then definitely you can learn all these technologies. But education qualification is not a point here. Some people they say, sir, we are from non-IT background, we don't know C, C++. Can we become Python programmers? Of course we can. If you have the interest to learn coding, programming, definitely you can learn. So in your senior batches, there are people who are totally from non-IT background. So they have learned Python full stack and they got selected as Python programmers. Okay. Fine. So that is why your course, it is also Python full stack course. Okay. Next. Any doubts related to these points? Anybody? After that, we'll continue with other topic, Python features, which is very important. All okay related to these points? I can see people have joined Arjun, Chandu, Kiran, Rajkumar, Narendra, Nirgun. Okay. All right. Okay. So now let us discuss
Okay, sir.
another. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Good. So now let us discuss another topic in Python, which is called as Python features. Okay. And one point I want to tell here related to this full stack. So how we have Python full stack, there is Java full stack also. So in Java full stack, front end, database, everything will be same. Instead of Python, there will be Java. Similarly, .NET full stack also will be there. Some places we see only full stack. Only full stack means only front end, no back end. And some places we see MERN stack, mean stack, yes or no. So they are also front end only. Okay, fine. So now let us discuss the very important topic in Python, which is called as Python features. Okay. So yesterday we discussed one point. What is the point is by using Python, we can develop so many different types of applications, different types of softwares. Yes or no? So what is the reason? So with the Python, how is it possible to develop these many kinds of applications, these many kind of softwares? Okay. So it is because of these wonderful features which Python is having. So if Python is famous for these many years, okay, it is because of these wonderful features which Python is having. So what are those features? Let us see one by one. Okay. The first feature of Python is a free and open source technology. So Python is a freeware, free software. That means we can freely download and we can freely install on our machines. Okay, so we don't have to pay any license amount to anyone. So we can officially log into Python website. We can freely download, freely install. No need to pay any license amount to anyone. So there are few softwares in the market which are free, and there are few softwares in the market which are not free. For example, if we take AWS cloud server, it is not a free. In order to use the services of AWS cloud server, we need to pay money. Initially, there is some free tier, like for 6 months we can use freely, but after that they will charge. So I'm being charged. I'm paying amount for that. AWS, do you know? So like this in the market, there are few softwares which are free and there are few which are licensed. And Python is a freeware. Okay. And also Python, it is a open source. So what is an open source? Generally, if we ask this question to anyone, so what is an open source? So the answer what they will give, So it is a free. That is why it is called as open source. So free is a different, open source is different. Both are not same. What is a free? We know. We can freely download, freely install. And what is meant by open source means the source code of Python software is also available on internet to download and to see the code. Source code. What is meant by source code? Source code is nothing but the code which a programmer writes. So when we say Python software, software means what? It contains so many programs. Yes or no? So that programs, if you want to write, we have written some code or no? So that code for which we write as a programmer, that code we call it as the source code. So Python software source code is also available on the internet. So we, as a normal person, we can download that source code. We can view that code. Okay, everything we can do. So that is why we call that as a open source software, Python. Okay. Next, another feature of Python is Python. It is very easy to learn and it is also very easy to do coding. So if you see the syntax of Python, it is very, very easy. It is in normal, plain English language with very less technical words. What is meant by syntax? Syntax is nothing but rules that we need to follow. So every programming language, it will have some rules. So for example, outside we have traffic rule. What is a traffic rule? All the traffic should go on the left side of the road. That is a rule we need to follow. If somebody says, I will not go on left side, I will go on right side, what will happen? Accident will happen. Isn't it? So these rules, technically, we call them as a syntax. And if you see the syntax of Python, it is very, very easy. It is in same normal plain English words with lesser technical words. And this is the reason why Python is introduced in schools also. Do you know that? So if you check any CBSE books of 8th class, okay, students, go and check their computer books. They have Python in their school syllabus. What is the reason? The reason is this only. Because it is very easy to learn. Even school children also can learn Python, not a problem. Okay, so it is also easy to learn and also it is easy to do coding also. If you see Python programs, not big programs will be there. Code will be very, very less when compared to Java. So as I said, no, yesterday also this point. So if you write any program with Java, if it comes to 10 lines of code, and if you write the same program in Python, just within 1 or 2 lines, we can complete. That much less code will be there in Python. And this is one of the main reason why Python is famous. One of the main reason. Okay. Next. And because of this reason only, in AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning, Python is preferred. Okay, no? Next, another feature related to Python is, so Python, it is a multi-paradigm language. Multi-paradigm. Okay, so what is the meaning of this is, when we write programs, there will be different ways of writing programs. Okay, so there will be sequence-based programs like C language programs, object-based programs like C++, Java, script-based programs like JavaScript. Okay, so like this, there are different ways of writing programs. Okay, and in Python, we can write any type of program. So by using Python, I want to write one simple sequence-based program. Is it possible? Yes, we can write sequence-based program. Now, by using Python, I want to write one object-based program with classes, objects, all those things. Is it possible? Yes, we can write. And in Python, I want to write one normal script-based program. So is it possible? Yes, we can write. So like this, in Python, we can write any type of programs. So that is why we call this as a multi-paradigm language. Otherwise, we call it as a general purpose language. Okay, or in our normal words, we can tell it is a all-rounder. So by using Python, we can write any type of programs. So we can tell it is a all-rounder or general purpose language, a little bit technical words if you want to use multi-paradigm language. Okay. So this is also one feature for Python to become famous. Okay. Next, another feature related to Python is, so it is a cross-platform compatibility. Platform means what? Operating system. Okay. So if we develop a Python program, we can execute on any operating systems. So we have so many operating systems in the world people use, right? So we have Windows, we have Unix, we have Linux, Solaris, Mac devices, Ubuntu. Yes or no? So like this, many operating systems people will use around the world. In India, Windows is very famous, but if you consider foreign countries, people prefer Unix. From security point of view, Unix is very good. Okay, so that's the reason many servers in IT companies, so they work on Unix servers, Unix and Linux, but not on Windows. Okay, so the point here is if we develop a Python application, we can execute that application on any of these operating system, either Windows also, Unix also, Linux also, whatever. Okay, what is the reason? What is the secret formula? How can we make Python programs to execute on multiple operating systems? So that topic we will discuss in coming classes by name Python architecture. Okay, so mostly tomorrow we'll discuss this one, Python architecture. Okay, so there we will see, okay, how can we make Python programs to execute on all these operating systems. Okay, so that is why we tell Python it is a cross-platform compatibility, or other word is a platform independent. So like we say Java platform independent, right? Similarly, Python also we can say platform independent, cross-platform compatible. Okay. Next, another feature of Python is Python. It is a interpreter-based language. Interpreter. So what is meant by interpreter means? I think yesterday also we discussed this point. In order to execute a Python program, okay, so we need two things. Number one, compiler. Number two, PVM, full form Python virtual machine. So this compiler is one tool. What this tool will do is it will check for compile time errors. What is meant by compile time errors? All the syntax errors it will check. Next, PVM, Python virtual machine. So this we call it as a interpreter. And what it will do is it will run the Python programs. Compiler will compile the programs, PVM will run the programs. Running means executing the program. Okay. And these two steps, it will be done, compiling and execution, everything, it will happen in a single step. When we execute the program in a single step, compilation also will take place, running also will take place. Two steps are not there in Python. Whereas if we take Java, so in Java, so in order to compile, so we need to follow one step, and in order to run, another step. So two steps will be there in Java program, whereas in Python, not like that. In a single step, so compilation and execution, everything will happen. So with this, what will happen? We can save a lot of time. So time will be saved in a single step. Yes or no? So that is why we tell Python it is a interpreter based language. Okay. Next, another feature of Python is dynamically typed language. So what is meant by dynamically typed language means, see, in Python, we store different types of values. We store numbers, we store characters, single character, we store more than one character. Okay. And we store decimal values. So like this, different types of values we will store by using Python program. Okay. When we store these different types of values, okay, so we do not have to mention what type of value we are storing. So this type of value, technically, we call it as a data type. So data type, what is meant by data type? It is nothing but what kind of value we are storing. Are we storing numbers or characters or decimal values? What kind of values we are storing? It is called as data type. And in Python, when we store any values, we do not have to mention data types, not required. Depending upon the kind of value that we are storing, Python interpreter, okay, so Python interpreter will decide what is the data type of the value. But as a programmer, we do not have to write any code related to data type. Okay, whereas in Java, suppose if you want to store in numbers, so we have to write integer. If it is a character, char. If it is more than one character, string. So if it is a decimal value, float. So like this, we have to mention in Java, but in Python, no need, not required. So no need to mention any data type. Then how it will decide? Depending upon the runtime. Runtime means when it executes the program. So Python interpreter, it will decide automatically during execution of the program. So with this, what is the advantage? The advantage is code is getting reduced. This is also one reason, yes or no? So code is getting reduced. Instead of writing 2 lines, 4 lines, we are writing in 1 line. So code is getting reduced or not? This is one of the reasons. Okay, and that is why we tell Python it is a dynamically typed language, meaning so when it executes the program at the time of execution running, it will decide the data type of the variable values, but we do not have to mention any data type in the program, not required. Okay, next, another feature of Python is so Python supports for interactive mode. So that means when we write Python programs, there are different ways of writing Python programs, okay? Number one, writing Python program in command prompt and executing in command prompt only, which is called as a interactive way. Number two, writing Python program in Notepad and executing in command prompt. This is number two. Number three, using IDEs. What is meant by IDE? Full form, Integrated Development Environment. So what is IDE? IDEs are nothing but they are softwares where we can use to write Python programs. So there are so many IDEs which we can use to write Python programs. Number one, IDLE. Number two, Jupyter. Number three, PyCharm. Number four, VS Code, and so on. So like this, there are so many IDEs which we can use to write Python programs. And in IT companies, the IDEs are used for developing Python programs. Okay, so like this, there are different ways of writing and executing Python programs. We are going to discuss all of them. Okay, so all these programs, how to write, everything we are going to discuss. And we are going to install these softwares also, IDLE, Jupyter, PyCharm, VS Code. So we will install Anaconda. Okay. So if you install Anaconda software, then all these IDLE, Jupyter, everything it will come. So we'll see all that installation also. Okay. So one of the way is writing Python programs in command prompt and executing in command prompt in an interactive way. So this feature is there in Python. Okay. But this type of writing interactive way is not that much advisable because in command prompt, if you write program and if you close command prompt, program will get deletes. And in the future, if you want to refer any example, our programs, whatever we are practicing, so it should be there for reference, yes or no? So that is why first option is not considered as a good option. But still, there is an option like that. Okay, no? So we will see. So this is not advisable option. This is okay. Best is using IDEs. Okay, if you use IDEs, it will save a lot of time during project development. Okay, so like this, Python supports to write interactive mode support programs. Okay, next, another important feature of Python is having extensive libraries and framework. Extensive number of libraries and frameworks are there. These many libraries and frameworks, they are not there in any programming language, not even Java, .NET, no. What is meant by the way, libraries, frameworks? By using libraries and frameworks, what is the advantage? The advantage is code reduction. As a programmer, we do not have to write the code from starting scratch, not required. So we can use these libraries and frameworks and we can develop the projects and applications very fast. Okay. So there are so many libraries. To give few names which are very famous and which are part of our syllabus also. So we have NumPy library, Pandas is there, Matplotlib is there. Okay, like this, many libraries are there. And coming to frameworks, so Flask framework is there. Just now we discussed here, right? Flask framework is there, Django framework is there, Fast API is there. Okay. So like this, many libraries, frameworks are available in Python. And because of this only, with Python, we have to write very less code. So what is the reason why generally people say Python code will be very less when compared to other programming language? What is the reason? The reason is this one only. These many libraries and frameworks no other programming language is having. And this will make a programmer to write very, very less code. This is the reason. Because if we use libraries and frameworks, so we don't have to write the code from starting scratch, not required. Okay. So we can just take these libraries and we can use in our programs and complete our program within very less code. Okay. Next, another important feature of Python is Python. So it supports for multi-threading and multi-processing programs. Okay. So what is multi-threading means? I'll just give a little bit of overview. But in Python, there is a separate topic by name multi-threading. So there we will discuss in detail. Okay. Suppose if you take a IRCTC app application, so I'm trying to book a ticket. So when I provide my details from station to station and debit card number and all, so after booking ticket, my PNR number, my confirmation status, everything, it will come to me only, not to other people. Yes or no? And suppose if you see online people who have joined Arjun is trying to book a ticket maybe from Hyderabad to Bangalore. When he provide all his details to IRCTC, he's from station to station, debit card number, everything. Okay, IRCTC after booking ticket, his PNR number, his ticket number, it will send to Arjun only, not to me. Yes or no? And suppose one more person is there. Okay, Vishwa. Okay, Vishwa is trying to book it maybe from Mumbai to Pune. When he provide all his details to IRCTC, his PNR number, his ticket number, everything, it will send to him only, not to Arjun. Yes or no? So the point here is how come one person's data is not getting mixed with the other person's data? And IRCTC only 3 people will use? No, right. There are hundreds and thousands of people who will use IRCTC daily. And how come one person's data is not getting mixed with the other person's data? It is because of this multi-threading concept only. Okay. So I'll just quickly show you one diagram to give just an overview. Okay. But when we discuss topics at that time, we will see in detail. Okay. Suppose if IRCTC is a web application, right? So we have to put it on a server. Okay. And any person connects to the server to book ticket. So we will use some device, either mobile or a laptop or iPad. So that device, we call it as a client. So client, it will send some data to the server. On server, IRCTC is executing. So that information which client sends to the server, we call it as a request. And server, after booking the ticket, it will send some information back to the client. So that we call it as a response. If there are 3 clients connecting to one server, 3 requests will be going to the server, 3 responses will be coming back. Okay. Whenever one client connects to the server, what it will do is it will create one separate path. Okay. So what it will create? A separate path. PATH path. If there are three clients connecting to one server, three separate paths will be created between client and server. And this path, technically, we call it as a thread. Okay. So what is a thread? Thread is nothing but a separate path of execution. If three clients are connecting to one server, three separate paths will be created. Okay. So thread one, this will be thread two, and this will be thread three. If there are 10,000 clients connecting to one server, 10,000 threads will be created between client and server. And all these threads, they have to execute at the same time, not one by one. So if suppose if we take our Tatkal quota, how much time we have for ticket booking? 1 hour. So within 1 hour, all the ticket booking should happen. Yes or no? So similarly, all these threads, they have to execute at the same time, not one by one. So execution of several threads at the same time, we call that concept as a multi-threading. So what is the advantage of multi-threading is server, it can process so many client requests within very less time. And as a user, we can get the response within very less time. So within 1 hour, when we do the ticket booking, so within 2-3 minutes, we are able to get the ticket. Yes or no? So it is possible by using this multi-threading concept. Okay. So this is just an overview, but when we start the classes, so we'll see how to create threads, how to execute, so how to do multi-threading, all that we will discuss. Okay, fine. So like this, these are the wonderful features which Python is having. So Python is famous because of these features on. Okay, fine. So that is related to Python features. So some people have joined today. I want to show them the syllabus. So it's a Python full stack. So it's a Python full stack course. Okay, with the AI. Okay, so it is a training and internship program. Okay, so you will be working for one of our client company. Okay, by name Cricon. So training you'll be doing here and internship you'll be doing to that company. Okay. So then here mainly we have Python programming, generative AI. Okay, then this is not there. DevOps is not there. Okay, and how to automate the task, AWS, DSA, front-end technology, SQL, everything is syllabus. So to go in detail, so in Python, all this we are going to discuss, oops, concepts, everything, and NumPy library is there for arrays, pandas to work on files, matplotlib to create charts, graphs, and DSA topic is there for freshers, stacks, queues, trees, graph, okay, all these things, and SQL is there. So different types of views, okay, clauses, okay, procedures, functions, and front-end technologies, HTML, how to design web pages, registration forms, iframes, okay, and then CSS properties to, when we design the web pages, so we have to design very attractive, yes or no? So for that, we have few properties, and JavaScript is there to design dynamic web pages, and DOM is important in this. And React.js is part of your syllabus. So by using the React, how we can develop reusable UI components. And frameworks we have is PDBC to perform database operations. Django framework is there. So with this, we are going to develop web applications. Okay, and REST API is there. API is very important. Okay, so REST API is there, and the fast API is also included. Okay, and important is AI concepts. So we are going to discuss what is AI, how it is different from NLP, deep learning, machine learning, what is prompt engineering, types of prompts, responses, LLM models. So how we can send the prompt to LLM models, how it will interact with AI tools like ChatGPT. So how it will send response, integration Python with ChatGPT AI tools, all that we are going to discuss. And GitHub, AWS Cloud Server, all these things will be there. Okay. So it's a Python full stack AI course. So I told few points yesterday. Okay, I want to repeat those points. Here, practicals and lab, everybody has to do. So once class is over, okay, you can do the programs. So if you have any errors, anything, next day you can share the screen, show me the errors. I'll fix it. And if there are no errors, I'll give you one email ID. To that email ID, you need to send all your programs daily. I'll be checking your programs. I'll be replying to your emails. Okay. And I'll be giving you assignments also to improve coding skills. You need to do that. And exams also will be conducted, and mock interviews. Okay, once in a week, 10 days to increase confidence. So I'll be conducting mock interviews also. And you'll be doing a real-time project, capstone project. Okay. So this project is not ready-made project. We don't provide any ready-made projects here. So you have to do this project. Okay. And this project you can keep in your resume also. And you can very neatly explain this project. Okay. And your trainings would be Monday to Thursday. Okay. Monday to Thursday would be your trainings, that is your classes, and Friday and Saturday would be your internship. So you have to join meetings, give your updates on the project. Okay. So internship activities Friday to Saturday. So parallelly, course also goes on, internship also goes. Okay. And course duration is for 4 months. Okay. And the timings would be, yeah, evening timings only this time. Okay. And if you want to complete the course fast, okay, you can attend parallelly to two batches. Suppose Python is going in one batch, SQL another batch. So parallelly you can attend Python also, SQL also. I'll inform in the class. Okay. And daily recordings will be provided along with material. Okay. So this is how the classes will be going on here. And for all this, so here right now, like we are having one offer, anniversary offer. So that's why your fees is 5,000. Otherwise, here we charge 30,000 for this full stack because of this anniversary offer. So 5,000 you need to pay. Okay. So 2 to 3 classes you can attend. I think today's second class, right? So another one more class you can attend. After that, you need to pay this amount and attend all these classes. Okay. Now, any questions, anybody, any doubts you want to ask, you can ask related to training or anything else. Those who joined today only.
Sir, placement.
Yes, yes, I forgot to mention, no? So placements provided here. Placements are also provided. So you don't have to pay anything for placements and all. Okay. Any more questions?
సార్ ఇది అంటే ప్రాక్టీస్ పర్పస్ కోసం ఏ ల్యాప్టాప్ యూజ్ చేయొచ్చు అంటే i3 i5
ఓకే సో మీరు ఎఫర్ట్ చేయగలిగితే i7 తీసుకోండి, లేదు i7 కాస్త కాస్ట్లీ, ఆర్ ఎల్స్ i5 ఇస్ ఓకే. i5 మినిమం ఉండాలి. i5 ప్రాసెసర్ ఇస్ సఫిషియంట్. హెచ్పి తీసుకోండి, గుడ్ స్టాండర్డ్ i5 ప్రాసెసర్.
సార్ ఐ హ్యావ్ వన్ డౌట్ సార్.
యా నరేంద్ర.
ఇప్పుడు మనం ఆన్లైన్లో జాయిన్ అవుతాం సార్. ఆఫ్టర్ ఒక మంత్ తర్వాత ఐ వాంట్ ఆఫ్లైన్ అనుకుంటే ఆఫ్లైన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్కి రావచ్చా సార్?
ఆఫ్లైన్ ఇప్పుడు బ్యాచెస్ తీసుకోవట్లేదు. ఇప్పుడు ఈ గ్యాస్, ఈ హాస్టల్స్ ప్రాబ్లం వల్ల స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరూ ఆన్లైన్ అడుగుతున్నారు. ఓకే, సో అందుకు ఆన్లైన్ కంటిన్యూ చేస్తున్నాము. బట్ ఇన్ కేస్ మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా నన్ను మీట్ అవ్వాలి, ఏదైనా ప్రాజెక్ట్ గురించి కానీ లేకపోతే ఏదైనా ప్రోగ్రామ్ చూపించాలంటే ఆన్ ఎనీ సాటర్డే మీరు రావచ్చు. నేను ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్కి వస్తాను. హైదరాబాద్లో. మీరు హైదరాబాద్లో ఉంటారా నరేంద్ర?
లేదు సార్, ఏపీ సార్ మాది.
ఏపీ, ఓకే. సో నో ప్రాబ్లం. సో ఇన్ కేస్ మీరు ఆఫ్లైన్ రావాలనుకుంటే వన్ డే ఏదైనా సాటర్డే జస్ట్ అడ్మిన్ కాల్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు నాకు ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తారు. సో అప్పుడు నేను ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్కి వచ్చి ఏమైనా ఇష్యూస్ ఉంటే ఏమైనా చెక్ చేస్తాను, నో ప్రాబ్లం. బట్ యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నో క్లాసెస్ ఆన్లైన్ ఓన్లీ.
అన్నీ ఆన్లైన్ అండి.
అన్నీ ఆన్లైన్.
ఓకే.
సార్ ఇది క్యాప్స్టోన్ స్క్రాచ్ లెవెల్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందా, లేదంటే మిడిల్ యాడ్ అవుతామండి మేము? ఎలా ఇది డెవలప్ చేసి
దేనికి?
ప్రాజెక్ట్ డెవలప్మెంట్?
ప్రాజెక్ట్ డెవలప్మెంట్ స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి, మిడిల్ నుంచి కాదు.
ఓకే.
ఓకే. సో కాస్త ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ మీకు ఈ కోర్, పైథాన్, అడ్వాన్స్డ్ కాస్త ఈ టాపిక్స్ అవ్వాలి. కోర్ పైథాన్, అడ్వాన్స్డ్ పైథాన్ అవ్వగానే సో విల్ బి స్టార్టింగ్ ద ప్రాజెక్ట్.
అది ఎన్ని డేస్ పడతాయండి కోర్ పైథాన్ అండ్ అడ్వాన్స్డ్ పైథాన్?
ఇది ఒక ఇది కంప్లీట్ అవ్వడానికి ఒక 20 డేస్ టు 1 మంత్, 30 డేస్ వేసుకోండి. 30 డేస్.
ఓకే. సో మీరు ప్యారలల్ గా ఇప్పుడు ఎస్క్యూఎల్ కూడా జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చా అండి?
నో ప్రాబ్లం. సో ఎస్క్యూఎల్ కూడా జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు. మోస్ట్లీ ఒక్క నిమిషం. ఇప్పుడు ఓకే, విత్ ఇన్ 1 వీక్ 10 డేస్, ఒక 1 వీక్ 10 డేస్ ఎస్క్యూఎల్ స్టార్ట్ చేయబోతున్నాను నేను ఒక బ్యాచ్కి. సో ఇన్ ద ఈవినింగ్ ఓన్లీ 8:30 ఆ టైంలో. సో మీరు ఏ బ్యాచ్ అటెండ్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఎస్క్యూఎల్ బ్యాచ్ అటెండ్ అవ్వచ్చు, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
HTML అవి జస్ట్ నార్మల్ గా మేము ఈ వీడియోస్ చూస్తే
హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ క్లాసెస్ కూడా ఉంటాయి.
ఓకే. సో ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్.
హెచ్టిఎంఎల్ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. మీరు వీడియోస్ మిస్ అయితే క్లాసెస్ చూడాలి, లేదంటే డైలీ మీరు క్లాస్ అటెండ్ అవ్వాలి.
ఓకే.
హెచ్టిఎంఎల్
అంటే
ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్
జస్ట్ రియాక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు చెప్తారా అండి, లేకపోతే ఎలా ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్?
రియాక్ట్ చేసి ఇంక్లూడెడ్ ఉంది కదా సిలబస్.
ఓకే.
సార్ ఎంటైర్ కోర్స్ మొత్తం మీరే చెప్తారా సార్, మాకు టీచ్ చేస్తారా?
ఎస్ నరేంద్ర, ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ బ్యాక్ ఎండ్ అంతా నేనే. ఓకే, సింగిల్ ట్రైనర్.
అంటే బిఫోర్ కూడా ఒకసారి జాయిన్ అయ్యాను సార్, అది డెమో. సో అది కూడా ఇదే టైమింగ్ ఉంటుంది, దట్స్ వై మాస్కింగ్ సార్.
అప్పుడు ఏ టైం జాయిన్ అయ్యారు?
అది కూడా ఇదే సార్, 7 to 8.
మరి ఏమైంది, ఎందుకు ఆపారు?
అంటే అప్పుడు సెమిస్టర్ జరుగుతుంది సార్, మాకు అయిపోయింది.
ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు ఫ్రీయేనా?
ఇప్పుడు ఫ్రీ సార్, బట్ ఏంటంటే శాప్ అనేది కాలేజీలో సర్టిఫికేషన్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఒక 20 డేస్ వరకు చేస్తారన్నారు. బట్ నో ప్రాబ్లం సార్, ఈవినింగ్ టైమ్సే కదా.
సో టైమింగ్స్ అయితే మార్నింగ్ ఉండదు, ఐఎమ్ నాట్ అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ మార్నింగ్ టైమింగ్స్. సో యువర్ టైమింగ్స్ వుడ్ బి ఈవినింగ్ ఓన్లీ. దట్ ఈస్ 7 to 8:30 is 7 to 8, sorry, not 8:30, 7 to 8 p.m. And parallelly you want to attend SQL or other front-end technologies, so that would be 8:30 to 9:30. ఈ టైమింగ్స్. ఇంకా వేరే టైమింగ్స్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ అవైలబుల్. ఓకేనా? పిఎం.
సో ఈ రెండు మేము జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు సార్?
ప్యారలల్ గా నేను చెప్తున్నాను కదా, నేను చెప్తాను క్లాస్ లో. సో ప్యారలల్ గా జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు.
ఓకే సార్. పేమెంట్ ఎప్పుడు చేయాలి సార్?
పేమెంట్ మీరు రేపు చేయొచ్చు. అడ్మిన్ నంబర్ ఉందా? ఐ గివ్ హిస్ నంబర్.
ఓకే,
తనకి కాల్ చేసి చేసేయచ్చు.
మాట్లాడేసిన తర్వాత చేయొచ్చా సార్?
ఎస్ ఎస్. అడ్మిన్ నంబర్ ఉందా మీ దగ్గర నరేంద్ర?
లేదు సార్.
ఓకే, ఇస్తాను.
ఆ,
మీరు బీటెక్ ఏ బ్రాంచ్ నరేంద్ర?
ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ సార్.
ఓకే, నేను చెప్పారు కదా మీరు ఆల్రెడీ.
అవును సార్, నేను చెప్పాను.
ఓకే ఓకే.
ఇది 4th ఇయర్ నుంచి డ్రైవ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి సార్, ఒక 6
ఓకే.
స్టార్ట్ అయినాయి. బట్ ఏంటంటే స్కిల్ అనేది లేదని ఫియర్ అవుతున్నాం సార్.
ఎస్ ఎస్. ఏ కాలేజ్ మీరు?
ఇక్కడ కాకినాడ దగ్గర సార్, ప్రగతి ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజ్,
ఓకే
ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే. ఈ నంబర్ తీసుకోండి. ఎవ్రీబడి షుడ్ హ్యావ్ దిస్ నంబర్. సో నేను కాల్ చేసి రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ అంతా కనుక్కోండి. హీఈస్ అడ్మిన్. ఈ రికార్డింగ్స్ అంతా ఇచ్చేది ఈయనే. ఓకే, డైలీ. సో ఏ రోజైనా రికార్డింగ్స్ రాలేదు అంటే సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు కాంటాక్ట్ దిస్ పర్సన్ ఓన్లీ. హీఈస్ ద అడ్మిన్. इनका एनी अदर क्वेश्चन एनीबडी? और कोई कुछ हिंदी में पूछना चाह रहे तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हो. If anybody is comfortable with Hindi. Okay, Vishwa, what is the doubt? Yes. Okay, so this 5,000 is for entire 4 months. Yes. Okay,
सर
Vishwa. हाँ, या
सर इंटर्नशिप सर्टिफिकेट भी प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा क्या?
क्या ओम क्या बोल रहे हो? इंटर्नशिप सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा ना आपको लास्ट में? सक्सेसफुल से कंप्लीट करना पड़ेगा आपको।
सक्सेसफुल सर। हाँ सर, कितने
हाँ।
मंथ का रहेगा सर वो?
आ, अभी कोर्स कितने महीने का है? 4 महीने का है ना? तो आप
हाँ
प्रोजेक्ट भी 4 महीने का करोगे तो आपको सर्टिफिकेट भी 4 मंथ्स का मिलेगा।
ओके सर।
सर हम ऑनलाइन क्लास कर रहे हैं तो इंटर्नशिप वो कैसे
और इंटर्नशिप भी ऑनलाइन ही होगा, ऑफलाइन नहीं होगा।
ऑनलाइन होगा क्या?
ऑनलाइन होगा।
रियल रियल प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करना पड़ता है क्या?
बिल्कुल, प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करेंगे आप। हम मैं रहूंगा
सर
इन द मिडिल, डायरेक्टली आप कंपनी से नहीं कर सकते। मैं रहूंगा, आई विल बी अवेलेबल, ठीक है ना?
सर
सर इंटर्नशिप सर्टिफिकेट किसी आईटी कंपनी से मिलेगा क्या?
हाँ, मैं बताया ना, आप कल कल का क्लास आप ज्वाइन नहीं करे थे क्या?
मैंने ज्वाइन नहीं किया था सर कल।
अच्छा, 1 मिनट आपको बताता हूँ आप कौन सी कंपनी से आप करने वाले हो। तो आप इस कंपनी से इंटर्नशिप करने वाले हो, क्राइकॉन आईटी सॉल्यूशन, जो कि यूके बेस्ड कंपनी है ये। इसका एड्रेस, ठीक है, हैदराबाद में एक ब्रांच है इनका, यहाँ पे इस एरिया में, और मेन इनका यूके है। ठीक है, तो आप इस कंपनी के लिए आप करोगे प्रोजेक्ट, और सर्टिफिकेट सब कुछ इस कंपनी से आपको मिलेगा, ठीक है ना? अगर
ओके।
सक्सेसफुली आप कंप्लीट करते हो, ऐसा नहीं है कि बीच में छोड़ दिए तो आपको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा, ठीक है ना?
ठीक है सर।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
ओके, थैंक यू।
बाय, गुड नाइट।
Okay, fine then, no doubts. We'll stop for now. So we'll meet again tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock. Thank you.